It would have been much more efficient in the city of Havre de Grace when I was mayor, instead of spending $47 million for a nitrate removal that was very slim in the numbers that it was going to be, to have said this money would have been better spent up in Pennsylvania. If you're looking at, if that's the thing you want, is to reduce a certain number of nitrates and phosphates, it would have been better to spend it on what was going to reduce the amount bigger than just reduce it in a certain place.
Well, if 99% of that sediment and pollutant, nutrient pollutant is coming from New York and Pennsylvania, as Maryland's governor, how do you convince them to shoulder a greater burden?
My point is that
at the same time,
if EPA is
you're
doing this,
reducing-
EPA should be doing it. You know, if the EPA is taking the lead on this issue, they should be taking, they pass it off. They should be taking the lead on saying this is what needs to be done. The other issue is if you have two counties and one county fell under the rules and regulations and the other one has different rules and regulations, but it's the same watershed, it should be done watershed by watershed, because each watershed, and we do have all these foundations that exist, Patuxent River has one, Choptank River has one, there are a lot of these groups that are more concerned about theirs because Choptank River, I think, is 4 different counties. Right. Well, their farming is different than our farming, so their changes are different, their development's different, those types of things are different. So it should be, and I read an article by Tom Horton not long ago where he said, well, we're finding out that mainly the problem is from the air. It's not from the land. It's air pollution. It's all these nitrates and phosphates that are coming into the air. And that the feeling that a lot of the problem in the Chesapeake Bay is not the sediments or the things that are coming from the rivers and the tributaries. It's actually the bay itself, and it's the underground sediment, and a lot of that's from the air.
Should Maryland no longer be out front of these
I think it's the federal government. I really believe it's the federal government is the way that it moves forward. And that if we're going to, but the Maryland issues are our tributaries that contribute to it. Our pollution to it. What is our ranking of what actually happens? I think there's been a lot of, we've moved forward, I think, very well when it comes to what the initial issues were. And look back at the issues, like I said, in the 60s and 70s, it was wastewater treatment plants. That was the big issue. Now when we actually started resolving that, it's like, well, no, that's not the big issue. I think I'm a more conservation person than any of the candidates because I've actually done it.